really did save a lot of money. That's pretty cool.
This is our journey. Welcome to the Betancourts homestead.
Welcome back to my channel. I am Tabitha, and this is the Betancourts life, right? So we're several months out from building the Hiline home, and I have gotten several questions of how much did it actually cost you to build the house? And you know what? It's the same question I had when I sat there for 8 years looking at the models. Well, it says this price, but what's actually comes with it? What else do I have to pay? And it is, quite honestly, the one thing that kept me from putting this house on the land sooner. Because had I known how inexpensive it would have been, one, I would have bought in 2015 when it would have been like $30,000 cheaper than now. So I just want to sit down and I want to go over the figures with you. Just rough figures. I'm not going to bore you with the actual figures. Let's just do a quick little video and we'll talk figures. But first, I'm old, so I need my glasses, right? So we took out a loan for $250,000, or we had it reserved for us just in case we needed it all. And in that $250,000, the first big item of expense was the house. When we walked out from Hiline, we had actually done a few structural upgrades in the Hiline's office. One of them was we put a wall in between the office and the dining area. We put linoleum in the dining room. We increased the subfloor, which I'm really glad we did. If you don't do that, you're silly. Because it is really nice. We added insulation in between the two floors. We put can lights in. We also, which I love, trust me, put can lights everywhere. You want them. It is amazing. We put ceiling fan mounts in 2 rooms, which literally we use every day during the summer. We've used that. Not now because it's winter and it's cold and you'd be crazy if you did. I would be crazy if I did. So when we walked out from signing the contract, we had signed a contract for roughly around $175,000. Not bad. Not bad at all. But what did that include? Now keep in mind when I start talking figures with you, we already had a well on the property 10 years ago, we put a well on the property and it was $15,000. We already had septic on the land, and that was wrapped up in our excavation fees for this, for the original cottage build. So I'm not quite sure what those fees were, but it really wasn't that much. So our portion to Hiline was $175,000. Now we estimated it was going to be $55,000 in costs for us, not including the septic or the well. The actual costs were $42,000, a little bit over. What did that figure include? Let's just go over. It included all the closing costs, almost $7,000 worth of closing costs for the loan itself. It figured septic inspection, because we already had a septic, we needed to have it inspected and approved by the county and the DEQ people. So we called the well guy, the septic guy, he came out and he did an inspection for us. And we prayed it passed because I was so scared my poop wouldn't pass. Like, you know, that would really be a situation. It included the lot grading for the excavator to do the lot grading and the drainage, things like that. The electrical, it included the fee for the electrician to come out and add to the box that he had already put in. Because remember, when we purchased this place, we excavated, we put a cottage on it, we lived in it for 10 years. We knew we were always going to be building another house. So when we put in the service, the electrical service, we put in enough for the second home. We were thinking ahead. So he came and actually installed the second box and put in all that stuff. It included all of the permits and the taxes, the school excise tax, the building permit, the plumbing permit, electrical permit, mechanical permit, zoning application, existing system septic review, all of that, development fees, all of that. And then it included that, remember, we purchased, or we did the 1768, which had a really beautiful front porch on it, 26-foot front porch, 6 feet wide. I'm going to tell you right now, that is my favorite part of this property, of this land. That front porch. And on our days off, we call it the veranda. And on our days off, we have coffee on the veranda every morning. It is delightful. It is absolutely delightful. My father-in-law did the actual porch. We paid somebody manual labor to come in and frame it for us. Now, we paid them out of pocket with cash for that. They came in, they framed the big heavy lumber. We bought the lumber for that. And then we also had Par Lumber deliver the decking for it. So Par Lumber delivered the decking and the framing for the porch. And I purchased the handrails from Lowe's, and they delivered that. And I put that together. So my father-in-law actually built the deck, and I installed the handrails. Very happy with them. I'm really happy with the handrails and the way they turned out. The only other really big fee, other than the porta potty, you have to rent one of those, and the estimate for that was $680. We ended up borrowing one from a friend, and my husband checked it every week to make sure if it needed to be serviced or not, and then I would call the service in. And then insurance, you have to have insurance, and that was like $550 for the first year. Now, painting the exterior and the interior, that was our biggest expense outside of everything else except for the excavation. That was just under $13,000. And that is optional because you can actually do the painting yourself. In fact, if you wanted to, go for it. However, they give you have to paint the outside whenever they're finished, the siding is up, and you can paint the outside, and then they come in and they put the rain gutters down. We had nonstop rain during this whole process. If you watched the videos, you saw nonstop rain. So how did I combat that? We hired a painter that came out. He came out with a crew of 3, and in 2 days, during a 3-day no rain period, he had the house painted. Literally. He was watching the weather, the temperature, and he called me and said, "It looks like we have a window right here. What do you think? I can be out there Monday." And I'm like, "Yes, let's go for it." He sent me the contract, I signed it, sent it back, and he was here. And he charged me just for the exterior, and he painted that, and that was it. Then the interior was a totally different story. He primed the entire inside of this house in 1 day. He just sprayed the primer on all of the sheetrock when it was done. You only have a week to get the inside painted. That's what they kept telling us. And I'm going to tell you, when he came back, and that was priming and painting. So he primed it, and then he worked with Andy and Andy's schedule, because Andy's meticulous with everything. So he worked with Andy, and Andy had him coming in and gave him an entire week in the middle of it. So he came in and he used, with 3 guys, the entire week. There's no way my one little person could have done that whole job. No. So what I'm saying is, that was Boys Painting that did the painting for us. Victor, you were well worth every single penny we paid. And you did an amazing job. Absolutely an amazing job. Well worth the figure. I highly recommend them. They did not do us wrong. They were amazing, literally. And this is confession time. I nicked your molding by the stair rail. And every time I look at it, I feel so bad. You left me touch-up paint, and I will touch it up, but it will never be the same. Never. But everything else in this house, meticulously, I guard it with my life. Yes. So that is it in a nutshell. I'm going to get this video up so you guys can watch it. But we saved $26,000 by watching every single penny. I know that sounds stupid. You're building a house. You might as well spend all the money you can. But not everybody has all of the money all of the money to spend. And I wanted to make sure every single penny counted. And I think I did a pretty good job. So if you guys have any other questions on building a Hiline home, leave them in the comments or wherever, or you can send me a message, because I love the process, and I will tell you exactly what it was like for me. We worked out of the Salem office, and we worked with Obi, Jason, Roger, he's my favorite, he'll always be my favorite, and Andy. And he is meticulous. You want somebody that he fits everything into the schedule, and he keeps everybody on task. He is amazing. So you guys, had I known it was this easy, and I'm telling you, it's easy. Had I known it was this easy, I would have done it way sooner. I mean, like 5 years sooner. It was an awesome experience. So any other questions, leave them down below. But like, subscribe, smash that notification bell, and you guys have a great day. I got a lot coming up. I still have really bad Wi-Fi, but we're just going to deal with it, right? We're just going to deal with it because nobody's opening up for anything, and it just looks like, you know, we're going to have to roll with it. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a great day. Bye. Thank you for watching. What you have just seen is a video that I filmed in 2020 or 2021 when I didn't have adequate internet access to upload a file of that size. I have now recently gone through and I am editing all of the prior videos because I still continued to film even though I didn't have access. There was hope. And I am editing them and going to be releasing them quite consistently to catch you up. However, if you don't want the back of anything and you just want to start with right now, that's going to be Saturday. All the videos that are released on Saturday are going to be ones that I've done within a day, a week, or whatever. So, stick with me on Saturdays if you just want current videos. Come and watch along the way if you want everything that occurred. I'll try to put them in nice little categories so you don't have to hunt and peck for what you want. But I would really appreciate it if you like the content, to like and subscribe. So you guys have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.